Continuing. So I was talking about the stock market and why I believe that it's been going through the roof since Trump took office. Primarily, I think it has to do with these trillions of dollars, this ill-gotten gain that's been floating around that people have been keeping metaphorically under their mattress because these are the criminal class that have taken this money. So all that money, they feel safe because the criminals are out of power. And I'm looking at criminals like Obama and Baby Bush. Okay, to me, those are two big fat criminals. Okay, these were perfect puppets for the grand puppeteers. Okay, perfect. To this day, they're still both acting like perfect puppets. They sicken me. I have no regard for either men. I don't care what their political affiliation is. Don't give a crap. Not a flying F. Same with JFK. I don't care what he was. You stand or fall on your merits or lack thereof. And I've got no respect, no regard for the policies that Obama and Baby Bush embraced. Okay, that's it. I do believe that Baby Bush, had some foreknowledge of the events of 9/11. I believe he and Bill Clinton. Okay, so we've had three in a row, haven't we? Wasn't it Bill Clinton before? And then we got Daddy Bush in there, all New World Order bunch. I mean, it's just been just a barrage of a flurry of bad actors. Okay, let's at least call them all that. These are traitors, as far as I'm concerned. I don't like them at all. I don't like Daddy Bush. I don't like Baby Bush. I do not like Slick Willie, and I do not like Barack Hussein Obama. Okay, in my estimation, in my hopefully humble opinion, all of these men are traitors to the American way of life. Okay, and what is the American way of life is freedom. And these people have not led us to freedom. They've led us to dubious war. They've led us to more debt. Okay, they've led us to fraud in the mortgage and economic financial industry. Okay, these people are just perfect puppets for the New World Order cabal and all their minions, the sundry minions, associates, witting or not. Remember, if you're going along with the establishment trajectory, it's actually a trajectory to hell. Okay, and these people think they're benefiting. Yeah, you think you're so smart because you're crafty and cunning and sneaky and sinister and diabolistic. And your God is the God of this world, Mammon and Satan and all that. You're going to hell. You're not so smart. All these people are idiots as far as I'm concerned. No, I'm down with Trump, but I don't accredit and attribute what is going on in the stock market to Trump, and I don't think he should either. It just has with people feeling safe to put that money back in because the criminals are out of power now. So they think they've got away with it. And so now they want to invest it and parlay their investments. That's my take on this whole thing. So that's very vulnerable. I mean, these market manipulators and price rigging and fixers, they can do whatever they want. If they get scared and get spooked all of a sudden, they could pull out their ill-gotten gains, crash the stock market. They could do the same with Bitcoin. I mean, what's happened with Bitcoin is mind-blowing. Okay, but they're using this thing. Now they're going to come down on it. You watch, because they'll say, oh, well, it's, yeah, we know that currency is supposed to go up, that Bitcoin actually made progress, and you're just making the regular fiat currency look bad because of what happened to Bitcoin. People bought it for $5, and now it's worth thousands of dollars. You know, so they're going to come down. They're going to say, well, people are using it on the dark web and all this, so we got to get rid of this because it's competition. They don't like competition. The money master, as everybody knows, what happened to JFK. And the people that I respect that had deeply researched this thing, guys like Jim Marrs, they say the biggest incentive that was given to kill him was this idea he was abolishing, he was nullifying the Federal Reserve. He was already supplanting the Federal Reserve notes with these silver certificates, silver notes. So they couldn't have that. The power is too great. The enticement is too great. You understand? They cannot resist this thing, this power of the money printing press, to have that copyright, that exclusive copyright. They'd love it, that patent on the money, exclusive. Do you understand? That power is just too irresistible. So these evil people, that's why all through history, they've never let people be free. They cannot give people a taste of freedom. It's like that movie A Bug's Life. You let one ant stand up, they're all going to want to stand up. And then the captives will be free. And they can't have that. They can't have us being free. What do you think? They wouldn't have slaves then. They'd be out of power. They'd be rendered irrelevant. They don't want to be nobodies. They don't want to be commoners too. Even though they could have all the same things, they could have prosperity. They could have all the goods and services they want, just like anybody else can. That's not good enough for these people. They're evil. They're miserable. See, they only value what they have if other people can't have it. They're sickos. They're I've got no respect. I'm done talking about the... Oh, here's a message I got for this sheriff of Las Vegas. I really like this guy. He seemed like he was had been threatened not to talk about a lot of stuff with the public, and the FBI is breathing down his neck. We had one FBI agent that looked like he was drilling holes in the back of the guy's head. Trump, you got to get control. You got to put any of these agents, rogue agents, in their place if they get out of hand. Okay, but here's my advice I wrote down to this sheriff of Las Vegas. A brotherly, loving message to the sheriff. Columboize the crap out of every smidgen of evidence regarding reports of shots fired. Use a fine-tooth comb for as long as it takes to know all the facts from all the witnesses, do all the forensic. Thoroughly allow full access to CSI personnel, etc. We, the people of America, want to at least be damn clear. I got damn all in capitals underlined 3 times. We want to be damn clear on one thing, that the purported clown that did this massacre was the only gunman in these mass murders, and no other mass murderers are roaming free among us, preparing to strike again at any time. Okay, that's what we the people want. Is that unreasonable? Okay, so I don't care what federal agency, don't you dare obstruct that sheriff. Sheriff, just remember that song by Ted Nugent, Stranglehold, and that lyric in there about not if a house gets in my way. So if any federal agents or agencies are getting in your way, that's a house that's got to be burned down, okay? That's a metaphor for whatever it is, okay, who these people are. And they need to say, hey, you're the boss. That's your town, sheriff. And the people of Las Vegas, you're representing them. They're your daddy. You have an obligation, a responsibility, a duty only to your people of your community. Clark County, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Las Vegas. The Las Vegans. So get to the bottom of this thing. Just make sure that there was no other gunman out there, that this guy got what was coming to him, okay? If he indeed did it, and he wasn't just 100% patsy set up in some gun buying scandal, okay? Gun running scheme, because that's kind of what it looks like, okay? Done. Oh, we got this Kristen Welker. She works for NBC, right? The reporter. Oh my gosh, I heard her reporting. We got Obama and baby Bush out there in the media now, in the limelight, in the spotlight. Oh my God, the way she was talking about them. This woman ought to narrate stuff. I could not believe the way she was fawning over these people, these monsters. She made me sick, actually. I don't have any regard for this woman anymore. I do not like Kristen Welker anymore. She's a puppet, man. She's a good puppet. She wants to move up in the organization. She was so dramatic, so eloquent in praising these former idiot leaders. In her tone of speech, it was, just the tone of her speech. Oh, these great men. But now look at Trump. People hate him. Everybody hates Trump. Is a loser. He's a fascist. He's a racist. He's a bigot. He's a big meanie. He's a xenophobe. He's so bad. If you like him, you're bad too. You're all bad people. Ugh. 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 Vomit. She gets a good dose of my giant vat of vomit. Maybe one day I'll actually do some, some skit where I build an actual vat and fill it with some substance and dress people up like that. So every week somebody makes me want to vomit, politician or media or whoever it is. Some guy like this, the clown representing Antifa, the spokesman for By Any Means Necessary, this little wuss. I'd like to dress up like him and get soaked by this big vat of vomit. Maybe I'll do that someday, Cut it into the video. Oh, big scandal came out involving Hillary Clinton and John Podesta and this Robert Mueller character. Okay, they were selling uranium on the down low to Russia, okay, Russian officials or something. All these people made like hundreds of millions of bucks or something, purportedly. Oh, boy. It's hitting the fan, all these people. And the funny thing is it doesn't make me happy. It brings no joy to my heart. I am so glad that God made me not an I told you so kind of guy. I mean, these people reek to high heaven. Anybody can see that these people are monsters. Okay, we're so lucky Hillary Clinton isn't president. And by default, anybody that's opposed to Trump, you're saying that you'd rather Hillary be president. You make me sick, all of you. Anybody that would rather Hillary be president than Trump, I want to vomit. You all get to walk under the giant vat of vomit. You all get your fair share of dosage, okay? Okay? Let's leave it at that. You make me sick to my stomach. You make me want to puke. I don't care who you are. You're wrong. Okay, and if I'm wrong, I got the right to be wrong. And you have the right to be wrong too. But just remember, you don't have to answer to me or any other human being. You don't even have to answer yourself. Plenty of people are self-deceived because they have pride and they put up a wall of defense to protect their beliefs, their precious beliefs. Like, oh, I know I'm right. So you won't listen to anybody else. You just shut it out, drown it out, divorce yourself from your fellow human beings. Their opinion is moot. It's nonsense. Nothing to say. Nothing to gain, nothing to learn. Nothing you have to say is relevant to me. Right, that attitude? Well, you will answer someday to your maker, the one that owns you, that gave you life. It wasn't your parents, and you didn't make yourself. You are owned. We are all owned, and we will all give account on Judgment Day for every word we have spoken, every word we didn't speak, every thought we thought, every thought we didn't think, every action, every deed we did or did not do. We will all give account on Judgment Day. Just remember that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay, on to some thoughts from the previous week and this past week. Hopefully I can get to some before the tape runs out here. If you're one of those scammers that got the long end of the stick, that gets the long end of the stick in the welfare industrial subsidization scandal, like one Mr. Rich Dad, don't you dare complain about lesser scammers like lazy people, welfare mamas, or just run-of-the-mill lower-class welfare cheaters, okay? Look at who the welfare recipients are. Who is literally stealing the wealth of our nation? It's not a few welfare mamas out there and lazy Antifa people, okay? Besides, you think they're just handing out welfare? Go try to get welfare yourself and see what you get, the loopholes, what the hoops you got to jump through are. Okay, it's no joke. Just go get an application, just out of curiosity. Do a little reporting, a little research, a little investigation if you're a reporter. Go find out what's entailed to go get food stamps. Go get one of the applications. You can do that. Find out for yourself what's got to be divulged, how much income you can make. Go find out. Okay, you have an entitlement. You have a right to do that. It's not easy. Not everybody and his brothers out there are able to get welfare, and they run out. There's all kinds. Look at the Section 8 program. People are on 10-year waiting lists if they take you at all. Rich Dad's taking all the money, and they keep jacking up the rents. They keep exacerbating the problem. Homelessness keeps growing. Who are your welfare recipients? It's Rich Dad. Duh. Figure it out. That's where the subsidy's going. That's why Trump is coming down hard on the insurance companies. They're stealing. We don't need that. Let the government run it then. If they can do it more efficiently, I don't know what happened to the post office. They keep raising stamps. Stamps used to be 3 cents. Now we're paying almost 50 cents a stamp, right? What the hell's going on there? So the government is not always better, But we got to work together here and define government and understand it's we the people, all the people, not some of the people. God Almighty, help us to understand, help everybody to be honest. That's it. It just comes down to honesty. You want your cost of living to go down. Your cost of living is a tax. It doesn't matter who the tax collector is, what the uniform they come in, if it's just a civilian, a private entity, or if it's a government entity, what the facade is. It doesn't matter. It's the same effect. The burden is the same. It feels the same. You want your cost of living to do one thing, to go down. You want your currency to do one thing, to go up.